They say her organs were failing because she was not eating well and the stomach had swollen. Now they say there's no way they could help us. Unless if our connection can come. Some volunteers could come and help her within this year. If they fail, then they are sorry for the kid. That's when she seriously fell sick, I took her to Father Fel said, now, unfortunate for my daughter, since we are told from Mulago, if we don't get other people to help us, she'll die. Maybe this is our last point of death. Just give her the last prayers.
Her life was in mortal danger for sure, and when her mom brought her to see Father Frederick, I'm sure that he took it very seriously and thought that maybe this girl was on the point of dying, but he thought probably there's maybe one more thing that we could try. And you know, the beautiful thing about the Catholics, it doesn't matter if you're Catholic in Uganda or a Catholic in Oklahoma, you're part of the church. In this country, heart valve replacement is routine. So because of all of the technology we have and all the resources, what in third world countries would be considered unattainable is routine here. If the valve is deemed to be that it's severely unrepairable, which most likely it will, then the valve will actually have to be removed or excised from the heart, in which case a prosthetic or artificial valve will be inserted in its place.
The doctor said because I didn't breastfeed her, I breastfed her for 7 months strictly. I went back to school. So she developed some sores on the mouth. So they detected that the heart problem arises as a problem of the poor feeding, and in fact, they were not caring her very well since we are also poor. That's when she developed heart problem. Right from when she was around 10 months. So as she was growing while we are not knowing. So she developed, we come to realize when she was about 5 to 6 years. That was around 2004. That's when we detected the sickness, when we took her to a certain doctor and detected the sickness.
Very serious surgery, and the doctors have talked to Fiona and her mom, and they have told her just what to expect, and there will be more conversations next week before the actual hospitalization. She'll undergo some tests on Monday, which will nail down for certain exactly where the problems and the issues are, and tell the surgeons exactly what kind of surgery it's going to be needed. The travel costs have been quite expensive because everything, as you can imagine, is on short notice and has to be done now, and so the good people of Oklahoma City, thanks to your article mainly, but the good, generous people of our city raised nearly $40,000 for us, for this poor girl, and that money will allow her to have, Children's Hospital has been generous enough to cut the cost of her surgery really, I think, by 2/3 from what it would be. The valve company is donating a heart valve. So all of this came together at just the right moment, and to be honest with you, when we say many miracles, we mean that because we call the Children's Miracle Network and the Samaritan Health Network, and we were told that they couldn't handle a project of this size. And which floored me because I thought that's how you do these things, but I found out the way you do these things is just getting the right people in place and having people help, and that's how it happened.